Yay! Whoop! Hello. We got it. All of it's all together now.
Olivia, I know you love Shakira. I'm so happy you're here. How are you? Oh my gosh. Anyway, mamas, we're talking about something very actually serious today. But make sure to say hello when you see this video. Say hello in the comments. Don't be a lurker, all right? We like to make friends here on Instagram. This is a social media platform. And if you're seeing this on Facebook, still don't be a lurker. Say hi on the comments below, and I'm so excited to talk to you. Cassie, should I just get started?
Let's get right into it. Let's do it.
Okay, so today's really big topic. Hi, for coming. I'll make sure to wave to you. Is that you can't take care of baby if you don't take care of mama, okay? And this is so real because we understand that the majority of women literally on planet Earth are going to take care of others before themselves, okay? It is a very difficult challenge for us to say, hi, I'm going to put myself first as the priority, because it almost, agree. Let me know if you agree in the comments, but almost at a societal level where you have to put others first because that makes you a good person. But there's definitely times where we need to put ourselves first, actually all the time. We need to put ourselves first so that we can put other people as a priority in our lives, right? So what's an example? I'm going to make sure I get good sleep tonight so that I can show up well in my business and serve our clients well. So I'm putting my clients first by ultimately putting myself first. So this is something that we're going to be talking about today in type 1 diabetes pregnancy and just how that all fits together. So one more metaphor is that when you're on a plane and they say something's going wrong, you're going to put the mask on yourself first. And why is that? That is because we need to ultimately put, again, ourselves first so that we can put other people first and help them, right? So Cassie, I'll let you take over for now, but those are some good metaphors to get us in the mindset that we need to put mama first so that we can ultimately help baby.
Definitely. And this goes for all women in all stages of life. Just take a step back and say, making sure that you are taking care of your needs because of all of these reasons. And it does feel messed up. It does feel selfish and uncomfortable to say, I'm going to make the decision to make sure my needs are met before other people's are met. Because especially as moms, especially as new mamas, as caretakers, whatever role you play in your work, in your family, and whatever that looks like, there are people that depend on you. And so it's very hard to say, okay, I am going to be number one priority right now. It's very hard. And it sounds, in one aspect, it sounds so like, yeah, you need to be number one priority. Like you've got that's the only body you've got and you got to take care of it. But on the other hand, when you really get wrapped up in those day-to-day stuff, it's like, but this and this and this and this has to get taken care of before I can do this for myself because other people are depending on me. But with type 1 diabetes, especially, we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. There's so many things that, are extra when it comes to type 1 diabetes and pregnancy. If we're not taking care of our A1C, who is that affecting? If we don't make sure our nutrition is, balanced and meets our nutrient requirements, who is that going to affect? And then if we don't have the support that we need during your pregnancy, who is that going to affect? And ultimately, it's going to affect you for sure, but it's also going to affect baby. During your pregnancy, during your postpartum, all of these things now not only affect you, but affect your baby's health as well. And so it's almost like a cop-out way to say, I'm going to take care of this other person first by taking care of me, even though obviously we know we're taking care of ourselves. But, we have to understand that in these times, it's that much more important to take care of ourselves because now we have other people depending on us to take care of ourselves. Michaela, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, so basically about the A1C, this is something that you, as a type 1 diabetic, you probably actually know a lot about putting yourself first. You have to. Every single day you have to put yourself first because if you don't give yourself the right amount of insulin, you're ultimately going to feel that and you're going to feel it quickly. So your A1C during your pregnancy, you know that if that's not under control, it can 100% impact your baby's gestational age and weight. So you'll hear in Facebook groups and stuff, like a heavy baby. And you want to make sure that your A1C is controlled so that your baby's weight is at a healthy place. Okay, so that's huge, 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 huge. But also our A1C, we want to make sure that we're controlling it, because we want to make sure that we have our eyesight. This is something that I saw in a Facebook group literally yesterday. It's because her A1C was so out of control during her pregnancy that the sugar in her blood, basically, this very low scientific terminology, but the retinopathy, it was retinopathy. So it bothered, it created a problem with her eyesight during her pregnancy. And this ultimately goes back to A1C. So this is impacting you right away. All right. That is a very scary thing. And I was just reading that and I'm like, wow, this is yet another reason that we really need to be making sure our A1C is on track during pregnancy. And then she was talking about the nutrition. The nutrition is the foundation of your baby's health for the rest of their life, okay? The nutrition that you are putting in your body during pregnancy is impacting your baby for the rest of their life. That is huge, okay? But not only does it affect them for the rest of their life, but it also decreases the chances for a postpartum flare-up for you. Ultimately, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune diagnosis. So we do want to be making sure that we are avoiding a postpartum flare-up in every way. And we want to make sure that we don't get another autoimmune diagnosis along the way. Our thyroid's on overdrive. So if we don't yet have thyroid problems, we want to make sure that we're nourishing our bodies to not have that problem long term. And the last one was expert support to guide you, because this is something that you haven't gone through before. You know what it takes to be healthy as a type 1 diabetic, but do you know what it takes to be healthy as a pregnant type 1 diabetic? That is a whole nother life. And that is just so important to not put all that pressure on you. That's not your job to know how to do that, because you've never done it before. So come into this saying, I'm looking to expert support because it's going to affect me and my baby, period. And it doesn't make me any less that I don't know what I'm doing. In fact, it makes you more powerful that you're willing to say that you don't. Anyway, Cassie, let us know how we can put ourselves first in our pregnancy with type 1 diabetes amongst these struggles.
Yes. So one of the biggest things is taking action and asking for help and asking for support. It is never a wrong time to ask for help. It's never too early to ask for help. A lot of times in our society, we're very reactive to things, whether it's like, oh, I'm, this is happening, but I'll figure it out when it basically presents itself like right in front of my face. Now I have to deal with it, as opposed to being proactive. And so being proactive and getting that help before you reach these issues, before you come into these problems, is going to be huge for your overall health, your baby's health, your happiness, and your overall pregnancy, birth, and postpartum experience. Making sure you have that expert support too. That alone is going to make sure that you are getting all the things you need, meeting all of your requirements, feeling confident, and all of those great things to make sure that you are getting the help that you need. So that is probably one of the biggest things, putting your health first by day one, asking for expert support, and not putting it off, not saying, we hear this a lot, oh, I'm taking things day by day. And, that is such a common phrase because it's really stressful. It's really stressful to think ahead. And with pregnancy, there's so much to think about when you think ahead. You're about to become a mom, you're going to have a baby, you have to do this and you have to do that, and you have to go through birth. So it is easier to take things day by day mentally. But mentally easier to take things day by day. But if you are not looking ahead, if you're not making these plans, if you're not asking for help and you're not preparing yourself, even in the smallest amounts, and doing what you can now to make things easier for yourself in the future, it's going to hit you all at once. And it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be easy. And you probably will come out of it fatigued, maybe with a postpartum flare-up, depletion, and all of these struggles that you probably could have avoided. So that is our top 3 things to what you can do literally today to prevent all of this stress and all of this stuff.
Absolutely. So if I could just reiterate real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 things. Definitely put your type 1 diabetes as a priority. I mean, I know that you're already doing that because you're on this page and you're finding all these type 1 diabetes resources, but do it. Our clients that are the most successful clients throughout their pregnancy, birth, postpartum, when I define success, I mean like a healthy pregnancy, healthy birth, success with breastfeeding. It's because they put their diagnosis as the priority from day one. Their success stories, you know, on social media might look sparkly and just squeaky clean and like glowing, but they did the work. So if you're looking for that success, you must do the work as well. All right. So that is first level of putting yourself first, is putting your diagnosis first. Okay. Second one, asking for expert support. Okay. It takes a village, but let's make sure that that village is like helping you and not draining you. And it's not taking away from your experience. We really, hi Tati, what's going on, girl? We really want to make sure that that village is genuinely supporting you and knows what they're doing. And it's not the village that's going to put you in a state of comparison and a state of stress and anxiety because you don't know what you're doing. All right. It's very important. And then the third one is that Cassie said so well, is do not take it day by day. We hear this all the time. And in fact, it's kind of a way that we can like ease the pain. I'm taking it day by day. And yes, that is a really important way to manage stress, right? It's like be in the moment, stay in the moment. But when it comes to pregnancy, especially if it's your first one, plan, set yourself up for success when it comes to nutrition, especially when you type 1 diabetes. Set yourself up for birth. So make sure you have a birthing plan in place that you feel good about, that you've asked all the questions, that has to do with your type 1 diabetes as well. Make sure that it covers all the bases that you're going confident into your birthing situation. And then breastfeeding, make sure you're planning for it. That is like an exam. Cassie always says, would you go into the biggest exam of your life without studying? No. So why would you go into breastfeeding, which is literally the foundation of nutrition for a human being, without studying? The answer is no. So make sure you are prepared. Do not take it day by day and be proactive. Like Cassie said, again, be proactive. So Cassie, could I close it up?
Yes, please.
So if you do not do these things, what is at risk is genuinely your health and your baby's health. And we don't say this to scare you. We're not trying to do fear mongering. Some of you said that today. You know, there's so many accounts that are just trying to instill fear. That's not what we're trying to do. However, we're trying to inspire you to take action on your health for you and your baby. Because what could happen is that there could be pregnancy complications that could be avoided with your type 1 diabetes, autoimmune diagnoses, etc., etc. So the big exciting thing is that if you apply to our type 1 diabetes pregnancy protocol, which is the point of this program, is to make sure you're controlling your A1C, prepping for a healthy birth, and prepping for success with breastfeeding. So pregnancy, birth, postpartum breastfeeding. If you're looking to have that expert support, the expert accountability to make sure that you're ready and with a plan, apply to our type 1 diabetes pregnancy protocol with the link in our bio. If you apply before midnight tonight, you'll get $3,000 off your 12-month investment, which is pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. So Cassie, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, so it is first come, hey. It is first come, first serve. So make sure you are reserving your spot now. Again, while the wait list is open and it will be closing tonight, we'll be opening registration soon. But if our spots fill up before you get to that spot, before you get to the point of application, unfortunately, there are no spots. So first come, first serve, make sure you claim your spot now, go and apply, be the first one to apply so you can secure your spot. And again, apply tonight and you will get that money off of your investment. So thank you guys for watching and have a great Friday evening.
We love you. Tag anybody that you could feel would be positively impacted by this live. So we love you. All right. Talk soon. Bye.